Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Ripple and XRP. So let's just dive in, and let's start off with this tweet here from XRP Darren, aka at Fame21More over on Twitter. And I really kind of felt this comment as well, because I see these types of comments all the time on my Twitter as well as even on YouTube. And when you see moving billions of dollars worth of value for a fraction of a penny in real time is a joke to this guy. The only thing he cares about is a mechanism to prevent double spending, someone to say 1 or 0 if there is a double spend. And this is laugh out loud. It's funny when people talk about XRP, and this is from Bitcoinist. The funny thing about this that I always look at when we see somebody talking about XRP and we see FUD, it's always from a Bitcoin maxi, and I never understood that, because at the end of the day, like, listen, this market was never just about Bitcoin. You know, crypto was never just about Bitcoin. Bitcoin is not like the holy grail around crypto. I think that Bitcoin for the longest time has done a great job of paving the way for much better assets to be realized in, for much better utilization of these crypto assets as well to be realized in. And a big one is, of course, yes, XRP. On-demand liquidity is a huge area of focus. Cross-border payments, massive opportunity for XRP. And you got to realize that the power and the potential around mechanisms like XRP with on-demand liquidity through RippleNet, that's a big use case. I mean, it's a massive use case that we've been discussing for a very long time. We've even talked about the possibility of XRP even not being for retail at all. Like, you know, at some point in time, you have to really kind of question, when do they really need retail to be a part of XRP at all? Because a lot of people question, like, okay, well, without retail, then where's a lot of their liquidity? A lot of people think that Ripple needs to sell XRP in order to back their company. I think that Ripple is doing very well on their own through a lot of their major partnerships that they already have with on-demand liquidity and things like that. But again, the big question is, does Ripple really need retail to even be a part of the entire XRP mechanism with on-demand liquidity? It's a huge question that a lot of people have tried to answer. A lot of people have speculated on it. To me, when we look at the power and the potential behind XRP, I don't think that it was ever meant for us. And we will get to that topic here in a second. But first, I do want to also discuss a few things around XRP with Ripple. So one thing that I've always focused on is the overall business structure of Ripple. It's very interesting, right? Because Ripple has always made themselves a big name in the game for crypto, and they continue to because of the way that they uphold themselves within this market. A lot of people talk down on Ripple, and a lot of people talk down on even XRP as a token, which has no direct correlation to Ripple. Like, Ripple does not own XRP. XRP is not Ripple. Ripple is not XRP, even though they always confuse that with mainstream media. But one thing that always shines the greatest during times like these, where the entire market is imploding and, you know, we see so much bearish news around crypto, it's always good to focus on the major companies within the space that continue to build and continue to make crypto out to be a huge opportunity within the financial sector. And that is what Ripple has been doing for a very long time. They've talked about the power and the potential behind DLT and crypto itself. But we do see this tweet from Anderson. The crypto market is collapsing. Scams imploding. Ethereum 2 years away. Still high fees. SBF crashing the market. Coinbase firing. Luna, Solana halting every week. Same time, Ripple is hiring. On-demand liquidity, exponential growth. $1 billion in cash. XRP ledger working perfectly for years and years. And all you idiots could do was to FUD it for all those years and just focus on short-term speculative prices. Now, of course, yes, we do see a ton of FUD around XRP. The very interesting fact around this tweet is the fact that, yes, Ripple has been hiring like crazy. Ripple has been expanding rapidly through their on-demand liquidity mechanism, and we do see them sitting on $1 billion in cash, as well as the XRP ledger, right? The XRP ledger, I just talked about this in yesterday's video, $250 million creator fund to support the growth of the XRP ledger. The XRP ledger itself continues to expand rapidly through developments like XLS20 as well. And also, a lot more use case advantage for XRP will be realized through the XRP ledger. Stablecoin adoption. Yesterday, we just talked about stablecoin adoption. What about CBDCs? If CBDCs do become a real thing, the XRP ledger could power them 100%. I think that this is a huge moment for Ripple and XRP to continue to grow and expand rapidly and become a very strong not only company, but XRP as a token, I believe is a very, very strong token, as you guys are probably already realized with it still being in the top 10 after all these years of litigation processes, as well as a ton of FUD. I mean, XRP is one of the strongest tokens within the space, and anyone that argues that is idiotic. But yeah, I mean, Ripple is in a very good spot. Recently, we talked about Ripple buying FTX. So we do see over here from Blood or Crypto, Ripple's buying back XRP and exchanges are slowly being liquidated of their XRP. If that doesn't scream moon, then I don't know what to tell you. Now, obviously, these exchanges being liquidated are the ones that are actually like FTX, right? That are actually imploding. But one thing I want to focus on is the fact that, yeah, we might not even see a moon price on XRP because of this or anything like that. I highly doubt that we will. I think that a lot of this is just kind of, for clicks and likes and stuff like that. But one thing I do want to focus on is what Ripple was trying to do with FTX. Now, FTX, yes, buying FTX wouldn't be a big thing for XRP. You got to remember that they only held 14.1 million XRP, which I know to the most like retail, yeah, that's a big number. But for institutional grade custody and stuff like that, that's not that big of a deal. But it's how much XRP was being held by all of the companies that were tied to FTX, including FTX.us, because there was over 130 companies affiliated with FTX. So how much XRP was actually being held? Now, we talked about this deal and we discussed a little bit around this. I even said on Twitter, I said, Ripple wants to buy FTX simply to boost the liquidity hub. Which, yes, technically, this was the case, but what I want to focus on with the Liquidity Hub is the use case behind this. The Liquidity Hub is to empower businesses as well as enterprises through crypto liquidity. Now, yes, this would benefit them greatly by going after FTX and, grabbing these assets around FTX as well, because I'm sure that there was a lot more assets there than what we would have originally seen through the XRP scan, which was FTX, because you got to remember that there's so many other companies here. This could have very well have been a billion plus XRP. We don't know the specific number. We only know how much FTX themselves was holding, because as you guys do see, source FTX. We would have to look into all of the major companies tied to this and see how much XRP there actually was. Again, we don't really have a lot of that information. But one thing I do want to focus on is the use case advantage here for the Liquidity Hub. It's a huge use case advantage, and it's really kind of playing into Ripple's main viewpoint. We do see over here from Nathan Price, Nate855 over on Twitter. What does institutional use case mean? Because XLM is being piloted for institutional use case, XRP is the first enterprise-ready digital asset. They both make up the stablecoin network in the back end of U.S. payments landscape. After regulations, will they be restricted? And we do see down here, so this is stablecoin examples by user and unit of account. You do see fixed, retail, wholesale, use case, and then this actually focuses on the use case. This is Signet, JPM Coin, USC. Access, central bank wholesale digital token, most relevant for wholesale CBDC, examples JPM Coin and XRP, and of course you do see the stablecoins for cross-border payments. RippleNet with XRP is a big one, and then of course you do see Stellar with XLM, and they do break this fully down and how they differ in that the former aims at improving cross-border settlement between international banks, whereas the latter aims at providing low-cost cross-border payment financial services to end users and the unbanked population. This is also a number one reason why I've said if you hold XRP, you should probably hold XLM as well, because they are going after two big use case areas and niche audiences that I do think that they both will benefit greatly in terms of the ROI value. But we do see examples down here. They do talk about stablecoins can be differentiated at high level by users, and the exchange rate policy users refers to who is able to hold and or transact the stablecoin. Which again, if XRP is meant for banks and financial institutions, why would retail even hold XRP? Think about that. Could this be fully restricted for retail? I do believe so. It could very well be. Now, again, we do see a full breakdown over here of more CBDC talks, most relevant for retail CBDC. This breaks everything down in terms of stablecoins, all that kind of stuff. USDC, big player within this, by the way. They also do mention Tether, Libra coin, which Libra is. I'm pretty sure Libra is no longer a thing. You got to remember that this is a little old of a document. I think it's like, I want to say it's 2 years old, back in 2020 when this fully came out. But here you guys have most relevant for wholesale CBDC. XRP is being mentioned. You can see backend clearing systems, cash settlement systems, and you see DLT platforms, e.g. RippleNet, IBM, WorldWire, Center Stablecoin Network as well. And we do see payment aggregators. This is Amazon Payments, Facebook Payments, Google Payments, PayPal, Square, Stripe, Venmo, Zelle, which is like all through retail payments and stuff like that. And you do see like the front end, like this is all on the front end. This is all on the back end. And this is where like most people don't even look into things. Like you see like the card networks, like that's what most retail sector only really knows about. They don't realize commercial banks, Federal Reserve, check clearing, all that kind of stuff around like FedNow payments and all that kind of stuff. But we do see over here, nodes, unlike Ripple, where decentralization is controlled by Ripple, decentralization and Stellar is expanded by trusted nodes. And they talk about FBA, which is Federated Byzantine Agreement, and XLM as a bridge currency between two jurisdictions. More so, again, when we focus on bridge currency with XLM, it's more so for P2P, which it's the main focus point area. And here you guys have backend XRP. This slide, this maintains a centralized ledger, issues digital euro. This is the central bank area of a big focus point. You also do see, I know that this is a little bit confusing for most people, but this is just focusing on the back end processing around the financial system. XRP would be a great area of focus within all of this around a settlement mechanism. This is for payments and settlements around CBDCs within the wholesale sector from a central bank to a central bank. That's pretty much it. And on the next major slide here, you can see again around SBI Group. This is talking about Ripple provides a hybrid technology that combines Interledger Protocol and the XRP ledger. Here you guys have Interledger Protocol. XRP is also available. XRP can be used as a bridge currency for overseas remittances, eliminating the need for or to possess a large number of currencies. And this is how the diagram would look. We also do see, again, XRP ledger being mentioned here with Ripple ILP, Interledger Protocol. And this really kind of breaks down everything if you guys do want to read all of it. I don't want to go too in depth on this. There's a ton of information that I can make a full-on video about just by itself. But this is just focusing on decentralization, nodes, the Interledger Protocol, which would provide interoperability. And this is talking about the hybrid technology around this. And then on the last slide, we do see discussions around institutional grade use case. So one, we still have the front end, the back end. We have the DLT platforms, RippleNet, IBM, WorldWire. And then over here, we do see institutional network. Stellar is now being piloted for institutional financial use cases by Fortune 500 companies, including IBM and Franklin Templeton, who are leveraging the network for cross-border payments and securities tracking and settlement, respectively. While these early stage use cases and experiments center around commercialization of the Stellar network technology rather than XLM specifically, these applications can also provide the potential for increased XLM adoption in the future. XLM institutional grade use case restriction. It could very well be the case. And then we do see down here, private digital tokens, wholesale only. Here you guys have Invisible Ripple. Ripple can be back end, makes the payment work. And this is just talking about utilizing Ripple in the back end. Customer makes payment to gateway using conventional payment network. And again, talking about hybrid, stablecoins, DLT, the back end process. I always say, like, crypto will be on the back end, the core process of the financial grade sector. And then down here, we do see ready for institutional grade use cases for XRP, Nostro replacement, universal bridge, big use case, Nostro Vostro accounts, $27 trillion locked away, might even be more by now. XRP is the first enterprise-ready digital asset built with security, scalability, and compliance in mind. Global virtual currency regulatory landscape. Japan FSA has led from the front in setting the global agenda for virtual currency regulations. Many Asian jurisdictions follow in suit. KYC, AML still remain key areas of concern, which we know are a big focus point from Ripple as well. Their policy recommendation address risk through a global license and framework for exchanges. Regulatory clarity will lead to institutional participation, reduced volatility, and emergence of enterprise use cases of digital assets. And this is also why I say we need to prepare for anything, because at some point in time, we could very well see XRP hoarded away from the retail sector and retail being fully stomped out, with a very, very small percentage of retail still holding XRP. This is also why I say I will never sell all of my XRP. I will always hold a significant amount in cold storage until the end of time. I will take profit 100%. I will, definitely be selling some of my XRP to take profits, but I will hold a very, very large, significant amount of XRP. And by the way, when I take profits, it's always to reinvest into specific tokens like XRP. But yes, now, with all of this in mind, when we go over here to the next slide that I want to talk to you guys about, it's going to be centered on retail use case as well as institutional grade use case. I like the fact that they do mention down here the bridge asset solution. Although DLT's innovative solution for the double spend problem is widely acknowledged, common critiques of DLT currency usefulness vis-a-vis fiat currencies arise from the relative price and exchange rate volatility. In the use case contemplated here, however, DLT is not a replacement for fiat currency in the broad sense, but is a bridge between them. Remember what we've always focused on around a big bridge currency. It would be to bridge all of the money. Now, again, a lot of people think that's just going to be one token. In my opinion, I do believe that we will see XRP and XLM be bridge currencies between two niche audiences. XRP for B2B, XLM for P2P. And they even do talk about like an individual or business is not using the virtual asset to plan mortgage payments or payroll over a long period, but is instead using it to instantly settle cross-currency payments. Like this is the big focus point. And yeah, it's going to be very interesting. Now, over here is what I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about around XRP. Now, I've said this tweet on this channel before. This is from XRP_Crow. XRP was never meant to be for us, retail investors. It's for banks and other financial institutions. If you already invested, you are exactly there where the smart money is/will be. If you doubt and not feeling comfortable, sell it now and invest in another asset, period. Not financial advice. And we do see down here, XRP was never designed for buying coffee. Our positioning for XRP is as a wholesale digital asset. What were we just talking about on all of these major slides? All around wholesale CBDCs, wholesale settlement, and payments. That is the large use case advantage around XRP. It was never meant for retail grade use case. It was never meant for you going to the coffee shop, buying your coffee, and utilizing XRP. No, could you do that? Yeah, for now. But what is going to be the case after a settlement is in place and regulatory clarity is here? What's going to happen after the fact? It is going to get very interesting after everything is settled around this case. Now, we could speculate all day what's going to happen. In my opinion, I do think that a lot of the crypto liquidity that we do see in this market is going to dry up from the retail sector, and I think that a lot of it is going to be utilized by the institutional grade sector. This is why I'm preparing for the inevitable future. I believe that everything that we utilize on a day-to-day basis will run on crypto rails. Very similar to what we are seeing here in terms of the back-end solutions. DLT platforms are going to be a main player around everything in the financial grade sector. This is a big focus point that I always make when I talk about Quant Network as well, as they are focused on DLNs, distributed ledger networks, so that these institutional grade clients and massive giants could utilize any DLT of their choosing if it promotes as well as really kind of is an efficient standard for their grade use case. So again, with all of that in mind, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, to notifications on because I'm more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, up to you all. Have a beautiful day, beautiful night. If you guys are on this beautiful world, this has been Nick. Peace out, guys.